God is in control ministry. Hello, God's people. Mama AJ here. My marriage and what I went through, part 1. Although during my youth, my mom did try to look after us, I grew up feeling worthless, feeling unworthy, as if I was abandoned by both parents. I felt like my own parents did not care about protecting, saving, and ensuring I have everything that I needed. The first thing one thinks about is, how can I change my life to be better? As a young woman, you think about being educated, marriage, and having children. Because at that time, I was enrolling with UNISA to further my studies. Due to illness, I did not finish my degree. I was already married. I was always praying to God that I need an educated husband, not a rich man, because I grew up with the mentality that rich people use muti and end up killing their own families as a sacrifice. Now the question is, how sure was I that the husband I'm looking for one day would want to start his own business? I'm not bashing anyone. People do change from good to evil, evil to good. Therefore, God people is God today, tomorrow, and forever. Always believe in God's promises through his son Jesus Christ and to do good. God keeps every promises he makes. Proverbs 30 verse 5. You can read Proverbs 30 verse 5. Before we moved to Pimville, where I met my husband, I was 17 years old, still a tenant. I fell in love with a guy called Tabiso. We only dated for a year. Back then, we never used to put a ring on a finger for an engagement. The guy will talk to you. Is it okay to take our relationship to the next level? That is to pay lobola and do the traditional wedding. I was so excited for the fact that we love each other very much. My stepdad refused and said, I'm still young, and I was so hurt. He was so jealous because he did not do anything for me. I had been struggling to go to school with money or without money. Anyway, I was not his child. My boyfriend was so angry, he broke up with me because he promised to get married with me and pay school fees to further my studies. Back then, I wanted to be a nurse. With that said, in 1985, I met my husband. After a year being dating in 1986, we got married, traditional wedding. During that time, a lot had happened. Side chick was pregnant before me. When she was 8 months pregnant, I was 3 months pregnant. My husband denied the baby. To my surprise, the side chick came to our house out of the blue with their baby. I was really surprised. The child looked like my first daughter. I spoke to my husband, begging him until he agreed that the child was his, but it was a mistake, and asked for forgiveness. You know how women we are, especially looking back where you came from. Not all of us. To be honest, the lady was so beautiful, but I do not know how far she went education-wise. After all this drama, she became rude and aggressive. Ladies, I've learned not to judge other women, but to pray for them. Ladies, what do you do in such a situation? He had no choice but to choose, and also you as his wife, option is yours, to stay or divorce your husband. This lady was so confident, but I do not blame her. You do not know what he said to her about you. There was a time where I was really heartbroken to the core. When you come across your husband to be with someone, although it was a distance, they talk and laugh. Oh boy, that was heartbreaking. I forgot to mention that when I was pregnant, I went to my mother's house. I was not feeling okay. Our helper came to my mother's place and told me there is a lady with a baby boy at my house and asked her about me. Funny enough, she mentioned my name. How did this lady know my name? But my husband never ever a single day mentioned this lady's name to me. After all this drama between me and a side chick, I gave birth to the twins. I started dreaming, fighting with a man. I would always defeat him and end up with the police looking for me. For my life, being scared of being arrested. Things started to be between my husband and my parents. I was caught in the middle and started to be depressed. When I am with my parents, complained about my husband about my parents, over silly things. God bless you all, Almighty Lord. See you to my next video, chapter 2, dreaming about snakes.